Hey guys, this is Draw My Year 2017. And as always, I'm going to be doing it month by month, and it's going to be really crappy, the drawings, but I don't care because this is my video and the timing is going to be totally off, but the message behind it's going to be amazing. So now we're in the month of January, which is the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the new year, I spent New Year in Kent, and here comes a really bad drawing of fireworks. Then went on holiday to Kinross with my family, which was sort of like in the middle of the month, and it was a really nice time because it was like there was snow everywhere and it was just so idyllic. And honestly, I didn't want to come back, and we're only away for 2 days, and that is a really bad picture of a car, Jess. And then towards the end of the month, I had a meeting with Chris about a film that we're going to work on. Little did I realise that this film would become one of the biggest things of my life. Now we are into February. Started a choir on Valentine's Day, and my brain was doing 1,000,001 things, like, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And my anxiety was literally through the roof, no word of a lie. But I felt like I had to do something, and I felt like if it wasn't for Chris, I wouldn't have been able to make that first move on that first day. But this choir ended up being Streetwise Opera, and they are a crazy bunch, not gonna lie. But they welcomed me with open arms, and they're like my second family now. And it's my brain ended up singing a Japanese song, and I don't know how the hell I did that on that first day. So now we are into March. Now, the first ever major thing to happen in March was my first ever wedding that Emily invited us to, and it was a brother's wedding, and it was one of the most surreal things I've ever done, because obviously I've never been to a wedding before, and it was so memorable. And I also met my friend Ben there as well, and I just remember everything being magical. I loved it. I also spent March doing the documentary with Chris. Well, I started it, and the first ever time we filmed it, I was on the quayside with him. We took lots of photos and we did lots of filming. So now we are in the month of April. Now, I wrote a few good songs in April because I was going through a lot of shit with my mental health. But what got us through it was doing the documentary and just basically having something to focus on, basically. Obviously, I was continuing doing the documentary with Chris, and it was like the more we were getting into the story, the more it was becoming more honest and raw, and I felt like I was actually achieving something, and it just felt so amazing. And I also went to see Ed Sheeran. Sarah had a spare ticket, and I jumped at the chance, and oh my god, ever since seeing him live, I've just been an obsessed fan. I was obsessed before, but now I'm just even more of an obsessed. Now, May is the month of birthdays. Why am I writing as bad in that bit? Bloody hell, I must have been in a hurry. Lots of people's birthdays, including Phoebe's, Mam's, Peter's and Tony's. Got to draw something in this. So there was one particular night in May where Peter wore a wig and Sean wore a wig, and it was the first time I ever met Kirsty. You know, it was a Mamma Mia thing at Team Social Club, but it was hilarious, literally laughing. This was also the week that Ben came up, and he basically brung the weather with him because he's from Cornwall, and of course everything's nice and warm. And we went to Heaton Park, and we went to South Shields, and we went to all sorts of other places. And then we got to my birthday, which is the 30th of May. I went out for a meal in Vincenzo's with 17 of my friends and family. And the day after, I went to see my ultimate idol, Emma Blackery, at the university. And oh my god, as you can tell, I was incredibly excited. We're into June. Good things to happen in June was the Heaton Park Festival with Sean and me and him. Went around the whole park with cameras, and it was a really nice day. I just felt so happy, and it was just such a nice day. And also I finished the filming with Chris, which was sad but happy at the same time, because we'd come so far and it was a good experience. I loved it so much. Now we're into July. Housewarming was just one of the most hilarious moments of the year, because I got incredibly drunk and everyone was in mustaches. Everyone was like wearing mustaches, and then I started randomly saying to Sean that I loved him and saying to Gary that I loved him, and then yeah, I got too drunk, I think. And then it was the South Shields outdoor concerts. And for about 2 or 3 weeks, it was just constant going to these concerts, and they were really good. So now we are in August. The 5th of August, I saw Sarah and Chris getting married, which was my second wedding of the year, and I felt so emotional at this wedding. Plus, I got to sing at the wedding, and it was just so emotional. Like, the whole ceremony was just so emotional. Then I had my yearly holiday to Kent, and it was a lovely time. You know, the weather was brilliant, amazing sunshine. It was just lovely, just what I needed. Now we're into the month of September. Now, around this time, it was the Great North Sing, and I sung with a little help from my friends, and it was a really good night, actually. It just, you know, it was a good night. One of the best things that happened this month was getting back in contact with Kelly, and, you know, it was really good. Then I started my photography course in the middle of the month, and I loved it, and I still do. I also forgot to add in the fact that the documentary went up and the feedback was amazing for it. Now we're into October, and that camera obviously did not want to focus. Now in October, it was a bit of a quiet month, but like, I was just fully focused on my photography course. And the one thing that I really enjoyed was the light painting, and the week where we had to bring all the stuff in, and I brought this book in called Adult Lessons by Gabby Hanna, and the whole concept of that photo was just one of the most amazing things I've ever done. It's the best photo I've ever done. And then it was Halloween, and for this year I dressed up as Madonna, and it was just hilarious. I loved it. October was the month I also got diagnosed with autism, and it was one of the most important days of my life. Now everything just made sense. We're into November. Nothing much happened in November, to be quite honest. Apart from Blackpool, which was the best holiday ever. And that very bad drone is of the Blackpool Tower, and I had such a fear of heights before going up that thing, and I had a panic attack going up that thing on the Saturday. And with encouragement of Gary, I got up there and I put my foot on the glass and I made it up to the tower, and it was one of the most exhilarating moments of my life. Oh my god! And I went to Madame Tussauds, which was hilarious, and got lots of sticks of rock and started my Christmas shopping, and there was a random Dalek that went exterminate on a roundabout. And now we're into December. All that's happened this month so far is the Christmas nights out and the Christmas gatherings and being with people that I love the most. And I started volunteering at a charity shop at the beginning of the month, and I just want to thank a lot of people, including my mum, my dad, my brother Tom, Jan, Fibs, Wayne, Sarah, Jade, Chris, Lindsay, Sean, Peter, Gary, Warren, Ali, Bev, Martin and Tibby, the rest of Streetwise Opera, the charity shop, Kirsty, Sheila. If I've missed anyone off this list, I do apologise, because I'm literally trying to rally off everyone off this top of this list. And Streetwise has been the best thing that's happened to me this year, as has everything else. And 2017 has just been the best year ever. The best!